Okay, daily Chumash, Chamishi, fifth Aliyah of Parshas Vayeshev for December 21st. Kislev, 21st of Kislev, and December 11th. Perek Lamed Tes, Pasuk Aleph. Yosef who Mitzrayim. Yosef had been taken down to Egypt by Yikneu, Potiphar, Paroi, and Potiphar, Pharaoh's minister. Bought him. Yasar Tabachim, the minister of the Pharaoh's minister, chief of the butchers, Ishmitri, an Egyptian man. He bought him Miyad Ishmaelim from the Ishmaelim, Asher Hidu Shama, that brought him down there. Rashi. Yosef Hurad. Yosef Hurad is an unusual, it says it was taken down. The Rashi says the narrative is going back to the original main part of the story. Yehuda and Tamar was was like a side story. It was a result. It was a result, but it was really a side story. Now we're going back to the main narrative. We interrupted the story of Yosef to Yehuda's demotion, and then all those stories. Yehuda's own adventures. To juxtapose it, to know that why was Yehuda demoted? Because Yosef was sold. Another interesting juxtaposition of the story of Yehuda and Tamar, the bizarre story of Yehuda and Tamar, right? What's the bizarre story? That such a weird union took place, but ultimately and juxtaposes it to the upcoming story of Potiphar's wife. To tell you, just like we know Tamar, the Torah Rashi was very explicit. Tamar was very, very righteous and modest, and this was actually God's will that she pulled this ruse in order to birth a child for children from Yehuda, which would be the ancestors' trick of birth children from Yehuda, who would be the ancestor Mashiach. So too, surprisingly, Potiphar's wife was also doing it for a higher reason. It wasn't just base lust. Why? Should also be astrologian. She saw in astrological speculations that she saw she would have children from Yosef. There's actually a new book that came out called Kosher Astrology.
Yeah, that's a contradiction in itself.
So you got to go. I didn't buy the book, but it's a new book, and it's not the first time I've heard this. I'm no expert on it, but the fact is, the Talmud there's quite a bit about astrology in the Talmud.
But you're forbidden from using that. It's forbidden in the Torah. Yes, it is.
Not across the board. You have to, I'm not saying you're wrong 100%. I'm not saying that's not true, but it's not. You have to see what it says. And I think the basic answer is, of course, astrology is the signs of, I don't know, to be honest. But apparently there's a lot about it in Judaism, where it was very, very common by Talmudists. It's in the Talmud. It's in very, very, basic sources. How do we reconcile that with, belief in God and all that? There's a way to reconcile it, but you have to go read the book. Anyways, but the point is, back in the day, there was some concept of the stars showing some sort of, omens. And she saw an omen that she would have children from Yosef. But she did not know if it was from her or from her daughter. Interestingly enough, we learned later on, Yosef married their daughter, or stepdaughter, or adopted daughter, one or the other.
Who is the author of the book Kosher Astrology?
I don't know. It's by Mosaic Press.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
There's a new book called Kosher Astrology, or something like that. Or Torah Astrology. I have to look it up. All right.
We're not supposed to do it nowadays.
I have no idea. I thought that too, but it's more nuanced.
It's like saying
Anyway.
kosher idolatry.
All right, here we go. So, fifth reading. Just seeing quickly. All right, we'll see tomorrow, I guess, about the story. Anyways, this is interesting though. Okay, Gimel. Beis. Vayi Hashem es Yosef. Hashem was with Yosef. Vayi Ish Matzliach. Yosef became a successful man. Vayi Bebeis Hadein Mitzri. And he served in the house of his Mitzri master, Gimel. Vayar Hadein of Kiyashemita. His master saw that Hashem was with him. Chalash Roisen, and whatever he did, Hashem Matzev Yodei, Hashem made him successful. Kiyashemita, this is Rashi. Master Hashem was with him. What does it mean Hashem was with him? Shem Shemaim Shagar B'Piv. He was always thanking God. The mention of God was always on his lips.
Wow.
And Yosef found favor in his master's eyes, and Yosef served him personally. He became his executive assistant. He pointed him over his household, and whatever he had, he gave over to him. It's an abbreviated phrase. The word asher is omitted after b'chol. Okay. From that time, he pointed to his house, everything he did. Hashem blessed the Mitzri's house. Hashem blessed the Mitzri's house because of Yosef. And it was the blessing of Hashem and everything that he did. Babayis in the house, Basad in the field. Rashi. No Rashi. And Potiphar, he left everything in under Yosef's hands, under Yosef's jurisdiction. He paid no attention to him. He trusted him totally. He just accepted the bread that he would eat. Yosef was well formed of fine appearance. Rashi. He did not know with him anything. Meaning he did not he didn't micromanage him. He didn't like oversee him. He trusted him. The only thing he didn't trust him with or entrust to him was Ishta, was his wife. It really means he would let his wife, I guess I'm not sure exactly what that means. I mean, like, so what was it? He entrusted everything besides his wife. Like, he wouldn't trust them with their wives. But I guess it would mean in a sense of that, maybe he allowed him free reign for whatever he wanted to do. But he told them that, stay away from my wife. I'm not exactly sure what he said. The point is that the Torah is speaking in a very euphemistic way, right? His bread. It's a way of saying one's wife.
That's quite a euphemism, I must say.
Yeah, it wouldn't work so well today, seemingly, right?
It would be very upsetting to a woman.
Yeah. But Yosef became well formed. Once Yosef saw that he was in a position of leadership, he started eating and drinking and combing his hair, making the best of exile.
Well, he's not supposed to look like a schlumper, though.
Your father's mourning, you're grooming your hair. I will incite upon you the bear, which is the wife of Potiphar. And immediately, to be continued tomorrow. Interesting note. First of all, you see the term Yosef was well formed and fine appearance. The same words describing his mother Rachel, right? We say Rachel was, I think, the same word.
Her eyes were very beautiful.
Well formed, well fine appearance. Interesting note there. Another interesting note is, It's actually interesting. He quotes in the Kahas Chumash, the Uzdain Chumash, that the reason Yosef was eating and drinking fine foods and curling his hair was to counteract the detrimental effects of his journeys on his health and appearance. Interesting. That he was a miserable slave for he was hauled around. So this was he's trying to, when you get emaciated, you get ill and deformed. And he's trying to counteract that with eating well. This is the Kahas Chumash, quoting from sources.
Okay.
But the point is that he was, while he might have been justified, there's this lack of sensitivity to the fact that his father's mourning, and that's what he was, so to speak, punished for.